All right, says the connection is still weak. So again, this came from my man Cedric Williams. If you're not following him, then you definitely want to, brother. It's extremely sharp. Young dude, man, just really out here grinding, helping people understand finances and how to build wealth from scratch, just like me. But I think Cedric just turned 30. I think Cedric just turned 30 or 31 this year. And you're talking about somebody who extremely sharp, masters of marketing. So when he was sharing it this morning, I said, man, I've got to share this with the audience and just let them know that there are some things that you can do, guys. They're called, you guys know what they're called. They're called loopholes. What are the loopholes that will help you? And see, and even though I'm telling you guys these loopholes are legal and legit, some of you guys are scared to death, man. And you're going to keep struggling financially because you're afraid to apply any of these strategies. And you know why you're scared to death? It's because we've been trained to fear the IRS. We've been trained to fear bureaucracy. We've been trained to be afraid. And the people who are winning ain't afraid at all. They're taking all the loopholes that are available to them, and that's how they're winning. That's how they're winning. You're racing somebody 100 yards, and you have to go over the hill and through the valley to get through your 100 yards. But then they have this shortcut right here that will cut that 100 yards down to 20 yards. And you're saying, nope, I'm going to run the whole 100. I'm just going to run it as fast as I can. And the people you're racing are saying, wait a minute, this route right here will cut 80 yards off my distance. I'm just going to take this route. And you're saying this route is legal, it's legit, I'm not going to be disqualified for taking this route, then I'm going to take this route. But we're so honest to goody two shoes that we won't take the loopholes that are available to us so that we can win in this money game. So if you're trying to reduce your student loan payments, if you're paying $400, $500, $600, $700 a month because of your student loans, and sometimes you have them all over the place, Cedric gave a formula. He said, number one, go ahead and consolidate them all, right? You're going to create a huge lump sum that you're going to end up on, so consolidate all of them. And then once you get them all consolidated, then you apply for the IBR, the income-based repayment plan. When you apply for the income-based repayment plan, they're going to base your payment on your income. Now, it may not change right now because you probably don't have a home-based business right now. So if you want to partner with me in business where you can learn these strategies, then shoot me an inbox. It's $99.95 to start, $35 a month. I just gave you one gangster strategy right here that you can use to help you, right? And all you would do is stay plugged in, and I will continue to feed you these gangster strategies over and over, more and more, to help you win in this money game, right? And now you have a home-based business. I will teach you how to write off your lifestyle. So maybe this year you can't reduce it, but then next year, after we get all of your write-offs squared away, now you reapply for it and say, you know what, I had some adjustments to my income, so I need to reapply. I think my loan payment plan should be recalculated. And then they do it again for you and say, oh, okay, your original payment was based on you making $60,000 a year. It shows your adjustment to income shows that you're making $25,000 a year. So obviously you can't afford the same payment that you had when you were making $60,000. You're only making $25,000. So let's bring that down. And sometimes you can bring your adjustment gross income down so low that they say, you know what, you just can't afford to make any payments for the next 12 months. We'll reevaluate next year and see what you can afford to pay next year. It's called game, people. Are you willing to get in the game and play the game to win? Now, again, the one caveat that I mentioned, if you're not already buying your home, and you're in the market for buying a home, then you don't want to use this strategy until you get into your home. Why? Because your home loan is based on your income. And if you want your gross income down so you can get a smaller student loan payment, that will also affect your ability to qualify for a home. Now, since I mentioned home, let's talk about this real quick. If you're going to leverage credit to buy a home, a single family dwelling that may not make 100% sense if you're trying to build wealth, when you can leverage the same credit to buy a multifamily structure, right? So don't buy a single family. Go out and buy you a duplex. Live on one side, rent out the other side, and have that tenant pay your mortgage. Now you're living rent free and with a very little student loan. Come on, man. I'm trying to help you guys build wealth. See, a lot of you guys think that I'm just trying to get you in my business, that I'm desperate to get you in my business. Guys, I mean, what I know about the money game and here in America is I know this. I know that there is somebody right now, while I'm talking to you guys, there's somebody right now on their face, on their knees, praying for a financial solution. I know that for a fact. And all I have to do is find those people. So I'm not trying to get you into something for the sake of getting you that's going to benefit me. I'm trying to help you understand how the money game is played so you can build wealth, so you can lay a solid foundation. And once you lay that solid foundation, your children can build on that foundation. I'm trying to put enough people in position so that we can rebuild our communities, man. That's what this thing is about for me. I'm already helping over 240 families right now in this program. Cedric is already helping over 1,000 people in this program. So when you hear us beckoning to you to take a look at what we're doing to see if this is going to be a good fit for you, it's not, you guys got to get out of that mentality that we're trying to get you so we can make money off of you and all of that stuff. We're trying to bring economic empowerment to our community. One of the only ways that we can do that is to incentivize people by paying them commissions to do something that they should be doing already, and that's manage your money better. You should already be doing that. Right? I should have already been doing that, but I didn't start doing that until I got in this program, because I got an incentive to be to manage my money better, because it creates a better testimony, so I can share and encourage others to get involved in the program. So if you're trying to reduce your student loan debt, number one, you may think about consolidating them. I don't care what you heard about loan consolidation, but you want to get them all in one place so that you can get the lump sum that's due. The reason you want the lump sum is because now you can apply for an income-based repayment plan. When you apply for the income-based repayment plan, the income that they use to calculate that is your adjusted gross income. Adjusted gross income. What is your adjusted gross income? That is the income that's reported from your tax return after all of your deductions have been taken out. Most of you guys are only working a job, so you have your standard deduction, you may have your children, and a couple other things, but you don't have a whole lot of deductions when you're working a job only. A home-based business gives you over 450 tax write-offs, so you can adjust your income down even further. So that adjustment to gross income says this. So you may make $50,000 on your job, right? If you're single with no kids, then you're going to get a standard deduction of $9,300 for filing head of household. That's going to bring you down to $41,700. And then your student loan payment is going to be based on $41,700. Now, I don't know what the actual payment is going to be. Maybe that's going to be $300 or $400 a month. But I know this. If you had a home-based business and we were able to get you another $20,000 in write-offs, now your taxable income goes from $41,300 or $4,003 to $20,003. So whatever that loan payment was is going to be a lot less, because it shows that you make a lot less. And that's how you legitimately reduce your taxable income. Now, what is the caveat? The caveat is if you're in the market to buy a home, then you don't want to do this strategy until after you get your home, after you get into your home. Why? Because that adjustment to gross income will affect the amount that you can qualify for as your loan. It will affect what you can qualify, because obviously you can't qualify for the $400,000 house if you only make $20,000 a year, because that's what they're going to go after. But if you're already in your home, if you're not in the market for a home for another 10 years or so, then you can use this strategy. Use this strategy to bring that $400-500 a month student loan payment down to $100 to $200. Cool. Bridget says she's back and it's better. Good, good. It was just, Sprint and this connection. So hopefully, guys, this is making a lot of sense to you guys. This is how you can legally, legitimately reduce your taxable income. Now, of course, I want you to partner with me on my financial education franchise. I want you to pick up my financial success membership. These are the strategies that we teach you how to build wealth. Three things that you can do if you're not where you want to be financially. You either spend less, earn more, or a combination of the two. Our company teaches you the combination of the two. Not only do you earn more in business, you make extra money, but you start giving less away. Who are you giving less away to? Number one, stop giving Uncle Sam all your damn money. And number two, stop giving your monies to the bank via interest. Get yourself out of debt. If you use a strategy like this, and say, for instance, next year after you get your taxes done, and you see that your adjusted gross income goes down, and you apply for the income-based repayment plan, and your student loan goes from $500 a month to $100 a month. That's $400 that you freed up in cash flow. Don't go out and buy a new bag with it. Don't go out and get your new Brazilian weave done every month, ladies. Don't go out and spruce up the ride, fellas. Put some rims on it and do all of this foolishness. Take that $400 in cash flow and use it to get rid of other debts. Throw an extra $400 to the car note. Get rid of that thing. Throw an extra $400 to the Visa, MasterCard, the furniture bill. Get yourself out of debt. Debt is robbing you of your ability to build wealth for you and your family. Because you can't build wealth for the Rothschild family and the Morgan Chase family, because you're paying them all this interest in the debt that you own. Get rid of that stuff so you can start building wealth for your family. And these are the strategies that we teach. So do you think these strategies are worth $99.95 one-time startup fee and then $35 a month for us to continue to pour these gangster strategies into your life to build wealth with? And guess what? The more you start building wealth, the more intense, the higher, the more complicated the strategies get. But once you have a solid base foundation, then we can continue to build on that foundation so that you can build real wealth for you and your family. But it starts with cash flow management, number one, so you can so you can have more money at the end of the month. How do you get that? You got to get that by minimizing your taxes, eliminating your debt, minimizing your expenses. We have a game plan that will show you how to do that. The other thing that you want to employ is the business income strategy, because you need extra income. And when you have a home-based business, you get to use the tax code to build wealth. You get the same write-offs in your home-based business as McDonald's do, as Google does, as Microsoft does. You get the same deductions. And when you learn how to use those deductions properly, then we help you build wealth from scratch. And then as you get yourself out of debt, as you get your cash flow up, as you start saving money, as you build your emergency fund, then we show you what to do with all of that money from an investment standpoint. We teach you how investments work, so you can go into a website like Vanguard, look at their different funds and say, you know what, here's one paying 10.59%. I'm going to put my money here and get it to grow for me over time. See, nobody's teaching working class people this but us. But when I present this information to you, you're looking at me like I'm trying to get you out of something. Then you got to investigate. You got to do research. You got to sit on the fence. You got to go back and forth. Guys, and Cedric said it best on his stream, and I'm just going to piggyback on him. You're struggling financially. You're on a payment plan with your cell phone bill. You're overtaxed. You're drowning in debt. But we're giving you the strategies that you need to overcome these challenges. But a lot of people are hung up on $35 a month. Really? Really? You don't want to commit to $35 a month, but by not committing, you're not getting the information, the education, and the strategies that you need to overcome your financial situation. So by not committing to $35 a month, not finding $35 a month, what you're saying you are committing to is a lifetime of financial struggle. Because if you've been struggling for the last 10, 15 years, what's going to change to help you overcome that struggle? Cedric Williams. So you can partner with us so that we can help you understand these strategies and right the wrongs that you've been committing over the last 20 years. Not that you've done anything wrong, not that you're not intelligent, is that you just were not privy to the real strategies as it relates to building wealth. You are not privy to the real strategies that it relates to building wealth. Guys, my mentors are 7, 8, and 9-figure guys. So I know you're looking at me and saying, hey, he's not all that wealthy himself. I'm not. But I'm being coached and mentored by guys who are. And what they're coaching and mentoring me on is the things that got them there. So for me, it's just a matter of time. So we're trying to pull people in so you can get under the wing of these 6, 7, and 8-figure guys and gals so they can teach you the same thing that we're learning. Right? You can learn from me, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't teach you, and you can learn this for free. That's why I do this show every morning, to give people the game for free. But you can also plug in and get it directly from the source. But you got to be willing to take a serious look at where you are financially and say, you know what? What have I got to lose? I've blown $100 and $35 a month on something way worse than a business. And this business, whether you actually make any money with the business or not, here's what's so cool about this business. This business is going to teach you something that's going to benefit you the rest of your life. Right? See, different than a business that sells a product. Right? Because that product that you're selling, will that product that you're selling benefit you for the rest of your life? Chances are it won't, unless you keep selling it and you're able to keep making money off of it. Right? I'm going to plug you into a financial education system. We already know that the problem that we have is limited financial intelligence. So yes, it costs you $99.95 to start, $35 a month to get your financial IQ up. Is that worth it to you? What have your financial IQ done for you or helped you get to so far? Has it helped you get out of debt so far? The financial IQ that you have right now, has it helped you start building wealth? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you have more month at the end of more money at the end of the month, or are you living paycheck to paycheck? No disrespect to anybody, because that's exactly where I was when I started this program. I was in foreclosure, 5, 6 months behind in my mortgage, 2 years out of bankruptcy, so I couldn't file another bankruptcy. I was in bad shape. But the difference is I recognized and I was able to look myself in the mirror and say, you're in bad shape. If you don't do something, then you're going to lose your marriage. You're going to lose your family. You're going to lose the little bit of stuff that you do have if you don't do something. You don't make a drastic change. And a young lady introduced this to me on Facebook and said, hey, what does your financial strategies look like? And I said, what financial strategies? Because I ain't have any. So you're able to plug in with a team of people that's going to help you understand financial literacy and real wealth building strategies to turn your financial situation around. And then if you want to aggressively build your own financial education franchise like me, then I can show you how to do that with the branding, the marketing, the coaching, how to set up your fan page, your YouTube channel, how to start attracting people to you, how to properly present this information, how to literally build your game. What if you are in and it's still tight financially, making 30, not 50? What if you are in, I'm guessing you're in a home-based business already, Allegra? What if you're in and it's still tight financially, making 30, not 50? So the strategy still apply. It doesn't matter how much money that you make. You should definitely, so clarify that a little bit. Are you saying you're in the business already? You're in a home-based business already and you're still struggling? That's okay. Nobody said, listen, a lot of times you start a business and you want your situations fixed the day that you started your business when you've been you've been digging this hole for yourself for the last 15 or 20 years. And when I say you, I'm really referring to me. I was digging my hole for 20 years. So I had to be honest with myself and say, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get out of this hole overnight. I'm going to have to work at it. So if you're in the business and you're still struggling a little bit, that's okay. But still make sure you're writing off your lifestyle, because you're going to minimize your taxes. If you have not adjusted your W-4 yet to bring money back into your household, then you have to do that. Then you use that extra money and you have to go ahead and start eliminating your debt. If you are struggling with debt and you still have $100 a month cable bill, stop it. You can't afford cable. You can't afford cable. If you're struggling financially, living check to check, and you have $100 cable bill, stop it. If you're struggling financially and you're going out to eat once or twice a week, stop it. If you're struggling financially and you're going to the movies every other weekend, you're going clubbing with your girls or your homeboys, stop it. You can't afford that stuff. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I cannot afford that. And then for the next 90 days, take the money that you was going out to eat with, take the money that you was paying to Charter or Comcast or whoever your cable provider is, take the money that you was going clubbing with. That might be $300, $400, $500 right there. And you, for the next 90 days, you throw that at your debts. And see if that don't ease some financial stress in your life. That's how you overcome your struggle. One word: sacrifice. I might have to sacrifice some comfort. I might have to sacrifice some things that are socially acceptable. I know it's just socially acceptable to feel that you should just have cable like everybody else. Right? But if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Sometimes it's a matter of sitting the children down and say, you know what? You get one good pair of shoes this school semester. And unfortunately, we can't afford what we need right now. So we're just going to we're going to settle down and stop doing the things that we really can't afford so that we can afford them later. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your children might have a hissy fit depending on how you raise them. Because I know people who put polo and heel figure and all that stuff on infants. Infants get to wear that stuff 1 or 2 times. And then it's a wrap. Then they want to have a yard sale and try to sell me a $30 onesie. It's crazy what we do with our money, man. Because we won't look ourselves in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm struggling. It's okay that I'm struggling. You know why it's okay? And here's how why you got to do this. 3 out of 4 Americans in this country are living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if y'all get that. So believe it or not, everybody is struggling financially. But instead of are you knowledgeable on building websites? Yes, That's one thing that separates me from a lot of teams who do what I do, is they don't go as far as I go with the branding and the marketing piece. Right? I teach people, I literally teach you how to brand and market any business. So even if you have an existing business and you want to partner with, but yes, we teach you how to build your website, your fan page. My connection is getting weak, so it might kick you guys out again. But yes, we teach all of that. So, but I was saying, instead of getting good at solving our problems financially, we've gotten good at covering them up. So you look up and down your street right now, and it doesn't appear that 3 out of 4 Americans are struggling. But if you were to go inside those households, man, every out of every 4 houses, 3 people in those houses are living check to check. But again, instead of getting good at overcoming our challenges, we've gotten good at covering them up, hiding them, masking them. That's why it looks like everybody is okay and nobody's really okay. Because we're good at hiding our challenges. So it's like that house that you want that has the curb appeal. And you look at that thing from the outside, you see the pictures on the website, you say, that's my house. I'm going to get that mug. And then you go in and do your walkthrough visit. As soon as you open the door, everything on the inside of that thing is falling apart. That's us. We got good curb appeal. And the reason we can't overturn our financial struggles is because the money that we need to overcome our financial struggles, we're spending that on our curb appeal. Instead of spending that to get out of debt, instead of using that to create an emergency fund, instead of using that money to build a retirement portfolio. You guys haven't read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, to get a real clear picture of what wealthy people really look like? 6 out of 10 wealthy people shop at thrift stores. When's the last time you was in a thrift store? 6 out of 10 wealthy people shop at thrift stores. When was the last time you were at a thrift store? I know TV makes you think that all wealthy people shop at Neiman's and all that stuff. That's to get working class people there. Wealthy people don't do that. I know you think that all wealthy people drive luxury cars. Nope. Wealthy people drive mid-sized sedans for 12 to 15 years because they don't have a car note. And every time a wealthy person get ready to go make that luxury purchase, you know what they say? I could spend $100,000 on this Lexus ES400. I very well could. I got the means. I can afford it. But at the same time, I can spend $20,000 on this used Toyota that's fully loaded. And I know I'm going to get 400,000 miles out of it. I'll do that and take the other 80,000 and put it into my wealth building portfolio. That's what real wealthy people do. Don't buy into that crap that they're showing you on TV. That stuff is to help feed your pipe dreams and make you think that you can go out to Macy's and Neiman's and afford all of that high price crap. And when you can't. You know, the people who do buy all of that stuff is the people who work for real wealthy people. The guy who has a 7-figure net worth drives a Toyota. His attorney drives a Benz, but his attorney's net worth is about $100,000. That's what this thing is about, guys. So we teach real wealth building principles. Again, there's already 240 people on my team. So my team is growing daily because of people are hungry. They're looking for this stuff. And if you're looking for this, then yes, I want you on the team. Yes, I want to help you. But please miss me with that. He's just trying to make money off of me. That ain't it. I got 5 other businesses. I do this because this is the business that can transform our communities. If I work with 25 people and I help 25 people free up $1,000 a month and they all think like me, now that's $25,000 a month we can put into a pot and start rebuilding our community. That's why I'm passionate about this business. But please believe I'm a future billionaire with or without you. But I'd rather do it with you because I know you've got a family. I know if we get financial literacy into you, you're going to pour it into your children. And the next generation stands on our shoulders and start really making an impact on this world and our communities. That's why you hear people like me, people like Cedric, people like Andre Simpson, all these people who are talking about income shifting. The reason we're so adamant and passionate about it, because we know what this can really do in our community if we get enough people to catch hold of it. And we're not looking for everybody, because everybody not gonna do it. We're not naive enough to believe that we gotta wait for all 40 million black people in America to come together and unify to make a change. That ain't how this thing works. 5% of the world, the world population controls 95% of the wealth. We're looking for 5 to 7% of the black conscious American to come together, get their money right, own businesses, buy up the blocks in their neighborhood, and we're going to run black America. 5 to 7%. Neither one of you might be in that 5 to 7%. And that's okay. But like I said earlier, I know somebody right now is face down on their hands and knees praying for a financial solution. And it's only a matter of time, because the way the universe works, when you start asking, things start to move in your favor. And I'm eventually going to cross paths with the people who have been praying for this solution. See, some of you guys are that dog laying on the nail, right? A farmer went to visit his friend on the farm, and when he showed up, dog was laying there moaning and groaning. And he's like, what's wrong with your dog? And the farmer who owned the farm was like, he's laying on a nail. So it baffled the visiting farmer. He was like, well, why don't he move? And the homeowner farmer said, because it ain't hurting bad enough. See, some of you guys are hurting, just not hurting bad enough. And that's okay. Because what I know about the way this economy is set up, and here's why I'm so consistent with teaching and staying in front of you guys, because every 90 days, your financial situation is going to change. Every 90 days. Now, for some of you guys, it's going to change for the better, because you are researching, you're watching shows like this, you're taking action, so your financial situation is getting better. But some of you guys, your financial situation is going to take a turn for the worse. And then maybe at that time you say, you know what? Let me go get with these brothers, man, teaching this with this financial success system, and see if it can help me. Let me plug in and really immerse myself in the literature that they have and start using these strategies to really take my life to another level financially. So I know there are people out here hurting. I know people watching the stream right now hurting, just not hurting bad enough to want to make any real sacrificial changes in their lives. I can promise you this, man, and we're going to get out of here unless you guys have questions. You cannot change your current situation with the same thinking that created them. You will never change your current situation with the same thinking that created them. Hopefully you guys get that. In order to get a different output, it's going to require a different input. In order to get a different output requires a different input. So you will see me standing on the mountaintop, blowing the trumpet, making the clarion call to get people involved in their own personal financial success. But it's not because we need you. And I'm not trying to be arrogant. I don't like people to think that, yes, I do earn a commission if you partner with us, but I don't want you to partner with me so I can earn a commission. I want you to partner with me so you can get your money right. So 10 years from now, we can come together and form a partnership. You bring $1 million to the table. I bring $1 million to the table. You got friends that bring $1 million to the table. I've got friends that bring $1 million to the table. We bring 10 million to the table, and maybe we start our own hotel chain. But it starts with everybody individually getting their money right and understanding cash flow, business, taxes, investing. So now we start raising the collective financial IQ of our community. Now we can start getting things done in our community. So we can come together and say, you know what? I got 50 stacks. You got 50 stacks. We got 50 stacks. There's a whole community over here for sale. Let's just go buy the whole thing and transform the whole thing. Put our own business district in. Put our own school system in. Let's just do it. That's why I want you to partner with me. Not so I can make a $25 or $50 commission when you join. It's bigger than that, guys. It's bigger than that. I've got a vision to help 1,000 people by June of next year. 10,000 people by June of 2018. That's my mission. Because out of that pool of 10,000, I know I'm going to have about 500 who are about nation building, and that's who we're going to form a second, an internal cooperative with, and we're going to take that 500 and we're going to start linking up with 500 in Atlanta, 500 in New York, 500 in Cali, 500 in Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, and we're going to start making these little networks of real think tanks with real capital to affect real change in our communities. So if you want to partner with us, then shoot me an inbox, shoot me a text, 314-874-6887, or just shoot me a message, man, and we can talk. I can show you what it is that we do. We can have a conversation offline about the strategies that we teach and how they can impact your life, the game plan that we put you on, branding, marketing, how we do that, our system. But you got to reach out. You got to reach out. You're one of those people who say, you know what, my money is straight, but I like your mission. I like your game plan. I like the fact that you guys are trying to do something to really change our community, and you just want to plug in based on that. Then let's do it. Let's do it. We stay connected. Let's do it. So with that, you guys got any questions? Let's do a 5-minute Q&A, and then we'll get out of here. Five-minute Q&A. Can you repeat my number? My number is 314-874-6887. 314-874-6887. Any questions? Any questions? We talked about how to use a home-based business to reduce your student loan debt. Home-based business to reduce your student loan debt. Thanks, Latasha. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Latasha. How to use a home-based business to reduce your student loan. First, you consolidate your student loan. You consolidate them so you get one lump sum. So maybe you got a little bitty loan here, you got a $10,000 loan here, you got a $3,000 loan here, you got an $8,000 loan here, you got a $6,000 loan here, you got your Parent Plus loan here, and all of that. Then you grab all of those things and you consolidate them and say, okay, my total loan debt is $65,000. That's good to know. And now they're going to be, now once you got them consolidated, you say, you know what? I want to apply for an income-based repayment plan. Income-based repayment plan. You say, cool. They're going to look at your adjusted gross income from your latest tax return. And they're going to say, based on the fact that your adjusted gross income was $60,000 last year, we believe that you can comfortably afford to pay $600 a month on the student loan. On the other hand, you say, okay, now I have a home-based business. So now, yes, we got a team in Houston. I can plug you in with two of my teammates and $1 million leader in Houston. Latasha, I got $1 million leader in Houston who's running things down in Houston, and we can get you plugged in. $99.95 to start, $35 a month, and you will get all the training and education that you need to really get your finances in order. So You take that, they say you owe $600 based on your adjusted gross income of $60,000, and you say, okay, cool. That's what I owe now. Now I'm going to start a home-based business. Next tax season, my $60,000 salary or adjusted gross income came down to $30,000 because I had $30,000 in tax write-offs. So now they say, oh, now you apply for the income-based repayment plan again. They say, oh, we see that you lost some income last year, so instead of paying $600, you're only going to pay $200 because you only make $30,000 a year. So now you just freed up $400 in cash flow based on your home-based business, and we ain't even say you made a dime in the business yet. This is just strategy, guys. Our business is all about strategies to help you win financially. Terrell says, how do you stay focused, man? You know what? The way I stay focused is I've got a vision that is so crystal clear to me. And you guys hear me say it all the time. I'm a billionaire. So right now, to become a billionaire, I got to first become a thousandaire. And then I got to first become 100,000. So you have to know what that takes. So on my vision board right here that I see all the time, it says to make $1 million in 1 year, that's about $84,000 per month. To make $84,000 per month, that's about $2,739.72 per day. So between all of my businesses, I have a goal that says, here's what I need to be at. Now that I know I need to make nearly $3,000 a day, I look at all of my businesses, the profit statements, the margins, and all of that, and say, okay, how many products do I need to sell? How many memberships do I need to sell? How many people do I need to get involved with me every day to get me to my $3,000 a day? And how do I set my business up in a way that sustains itself so that it's not just $3,000 a day and then I don't make another $3,000 until next month? How do I sustain that daily? So to figure that out keeps me focused. So you need vision to stay focused. What is your vision for yourself? What do you see for yourself? And then once you see it, how do you get it? Who do I need to become to make that happen? So what kind of strategies do I need to employ? So that's what keeps me focused, man. I have vision boards. I have affirmations. I have a wife that deserves everything that belongs to us under the sun, and I'm going to get it for her. I have children who haven't given me a problem their entire lives. They deserve to have everything I can give to them. Everything under the sun belongs to me. So I'm going to go out and get it for them. They deserve to have a solid foundation to build up on. So I'm going to lay that foundation for them. That's what keeps me focused, bro. That's what keeps me focused. Got things to do, right? Got things to do. I was going to say something else, but my wife said I got to stop cussing on this thing. Because she believes that there might be some people from my church that watches. She said, you can't be cussing on your show. Like, well, heck. Any more questions? Say, I need a board to see so I could manifest my thoughts. Definitely. And then you got a big board, and then get you a small board, and you lay that small board in your room. You can even put that small board on your ceiling. When you lay down at night, you look up at your ceiling and you see that board, right? And then you have those 10 or 12 points written down. And then before you go to bed at night, you read each one of them 10 times. You're programming your subconscious. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to lay out. Man, you start doing those affirmations. You start reading your vision. You start doing that daily, right? I'm constantly in deep conversation with guess who? Me, right? I'm constantly in deep conversations with myself. And not just this self, I'm in deep conversations with the self that I'm going to be 7 years from now. So you heard me say it before that I introduced myself to the future me today so I can become that guy. So I'm constantly having conversations with that guy. Any more questions? I don't know what time we started this one. I know I started really, really late. So I hate these things to go more than an hour, but I think we're close to an hour and a half or something. Any more questions, and then we'll get out of here, man. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, coming back through all of the technical difficulties that we had, man. It was just a mess, and I'm gonna get that locked down here in the very near future. But again, if you want to give me a call about the Financial Success Membership when we jump off, certainly do that. Again, the number is 314-874-6887. I can help you get plugged in, and we're just going to build and grow from here. So with that, if there's no more questions, I certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Tomorrow, might set up a replay for tomorrow. I don't know. And then I kind of want to do a show about gratitude tomorrow, man, since we're right before Thanksgiving. See what you guys are thankful for, man. I'm thankful for the United States tax code, right? Because it allows you to build wealth like no other vehicle, guys. You just got to learn about it. And just like any other tool, there's only a few professionals that know how to really, really use that tool. Well, I want to teach you how to become a professional at using that tool to build wealth for you and your family. So with that, I'm done, man. I'm your man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. Until I talk to you, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I'm thinking about really just going on hiatus to next week, guys. But if I tune in tomorrow, you guys will get the notification if you follow. So until then, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.